And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for the post-game reaction podcast of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Sacramento Kings, and the Chicago Bulls. This is Let 'Em Know Kings United. Let 'em know, Nation, I promised you a reaction to the NBA trade deadline that just expired, so let's get right into it. First and foremost, welcome to a very special bonus edition of Let 'em Know Kings United. As you know, this is the Cleveland Cavaliers, Sacramento Kings, and Chicago Bulls post-game reaction podcast. I am your host, Carlo Weisberg. Thank you so much for tuning in. As a reminder, you can find this show on Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Radio Public, and wherever you want to listen to your favorite podcast. You can also find it on my YouTube channel, NJHawk40. If you are watching this show on YouTube, hit the like button, hit subscribe. For my audio listeners, give the show a follow, a 5-star review, turn on your notifications so you know about today's episode, and give this show a follow on those platforms. Please rate, spread the word out to your friends, and Let 'Em Know Kings United a 5-star review on whatever podcast platform you are listening to this on. Well, all three of our teams did a whole lot of nothing come the NBA trade deadline that has come and gone. And I got a lot to say. I got a lot of shtick to talk about it. First and foremost, I want to shout out the winners of the NBA trade deadline. And those two teams are the Dallas Mavericks, who got PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. Really, really good moves. But the biggest winner to me was the New York Knicks. Shout out to the New York Knicks. I know Stephen A. Smith on ESPN is going through the roof right now. And for me, as being born in the New York City, New York metro area, I'm happy for the Knicks. I really am. They got Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic. I love the move from Bogey because Bogey gives you some scoring off the bench, and I believe that will benefit the New York Knicks going forward. The Knicks right now have proven themselves to being contenders in this league. I mean, I got to give credit to the New York Knicks front office because the front office of the New York Knicks has clearly won the trade deadline. As for our three teams, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, as expected, they did a whole lot of nothing at the trade deadline. But considering the fact that they made a lot of moves during free agency, getting George Niang, Ty Jerome, which honestly, I was surprised that Cleveland didn't waive Ty Jerome or traded him, given the fact that he hasn't played most of the season due to an ankle injury. And then Max Strus that we got during the offseason, as expected for Cleveland, I expected for the Cavs to stand pat, and that's where they are at going into tonight's game against the Brooklyn Nets. By the way, the two winners of the trade deadline, the Dallas Mavericks and the New York Knicks, play tonight on TNT, which is going to be a very interesting matchup considering if Alec Burks and Bogey are going to play for the New York Knicks. Is PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford going to play for the Dallas Mavericks? That's an intriguing game. I'm not going to lie to you. I might watch that game on my TV tonight. I might be locked in for that matchup. Knicks and Mavs tonight on TNT, national TV from Madison Square Garden. Sign me the hell up. That game is going to go crazy. As for Sacramento, they made one move, and that move actually is not going to happen. Now, they traded for the biggest bum in the history of the NBA. The reason why I call this man the biggest bum, because he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers last year, and Lord knows, for all my day one viewers of Let 'Em Know Kings United, or Let 'Em Know Kings at the time, you know how I felt about Robin Lopez. Well, this man was traded to Sacramento, but he will not be suiting up in the suiting up as a member of the Sacramento Kings. The plan is for Robin Lopez to be waived by the Kings to become a free agent. The Kings get some cash for the deal, so maybe they could get somebody from the buyout market, or maybe sign a free agent down the line during the offseason. I got no issue with the Kings or the Cavs. I got a problem with the Kings, though. I'm really disappointed that the Kings didn't use the trade deadline to get a perimeter wing defender. But as expected, Cleveland and Sacramento did not make any major moves. As for the team that I'm going to be spending a whole lot of time venting about, because there's something that really needs to be said. And of course, I'm talking about the Chicago Bulls that ultimately decided to choose continuity and complacency over getting better. First and foremost, you were really, really invested in rumors, right? You were invested in rumors of trading DeMar DeRozan to the Philadelphia 76ers. That didn't happen. You were very interested in trading Alex Caruso. Thank God for me, because I love Alex Caruso. That didn't happen. And then Zach LaVine got hurt, and then all the rumors of Bojan Bogdanovic going to Detroit, all the rumors of Alec Burks going to Detroit are now gone. Maybe that's why the New York Knicks pulled the trigger and you guys didn't. What the Bulls showed me during the trade deadline is that they are the most pathetic and they are the most embarrassing franchise in my life. Why did I become a Bulls fan? Seriously, I want AK and Eversley to answer me this question. Why did I become a Bulls fan? Why? You care more about the money. You care more about money and seeing butts in seats rather than improving the team. And you know what? I'm sick of that. I am sick of that mentality, and the Bulls clearly have no idea. They have no idea how to make teams better. I mean, you didn't get better. You got worse. You screwed up your future, clearly. The Bulls are just pathetic. The Bulls are like the biggest losers of the trade deadline. Everybody else that stood pat are big losers too. But to me, the Chicago Bulls are the biggest losers because we have a front office that just doesn't give a damn. We're playing or nothing. That is the standard that the Bulls have been on for the last 2 or 3 plus years. You haven't done crap. I love the Bulls. I love this city of Chicago, and I love the United Center. But the way this team has been acting for the last couple of years, I can't get down with that. I seriously cannot get down with that. At the end of the day, I'm still going to watch the Bulls and the Grizzlies. You're still going to get a post-game show from me covering the Cleveland Cavs and the Brooklyn Nets and the Bulls and the Memphis Grizzlies, but I will not be surprised if the Memphis Grizzlies beat the Bulls tonight. I will not be surprised if we don't get to over 500 or at 500 at the All-Star break, like I said a couple shows ago, because what the Bulls showed me during this trade deadline is that they don't care. They don't care about the fan base. They don't care about the team. All they care about is the mighty green dollar. And the Bulls are full of pride. Not the type of pride that makes us being Bulls fans, but the pride that makes us selfish. And you know the old saying, you know the old expression, pride goes before the fall? Don't be surprised if the fall of the Chicago Bulls is going to come down. And I'm going to blame 2 people for this. I'm going to blame AK and I'm going to blame Eversley because we have a front office that just doesn't give a damn. Just doesn't give a damn about improving the team. Just doesn't give a damn about the fan base. All they give a damn about is money, putting people in seats, and kissing Jerry Reinsdorf's behind. And by the way, Reinsdorf, you're not exempt from this. We have an ownership group and a front office that just doesn't care. And if you're not going to care, why should I care? The front office doesn't give a damn about the Chicago Bulls. Why should I give a damn about the Chicago Bulls? But I'm still going to watch them. I'm still going to cover them. But at the end of the day, why should I give a damn about a Bulls team that just proved to me they're complacent as hell? That's going to do it for this quick trade deadline reaction episode of Let 'Em Know Kings United. You can find this show on Amazon Music, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, or wherever else you listen to this podcast. Or if you want to watch it on YouTube, you can watch it on YouTube at NJHawk40. If you are watching this video on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell. For my audio listeners, turn on your notifications so you know about the next episode. Give the show a follow on those platforms. Turn on your notifications so you know about the next episode. And give Let 'Em Know Kings United a 5-star review. And please, please, please spread the word out to your friends. It would truly mean a lot to me. I am your host, Skylar Weisberg. Thank you for tuning in to this emergency bonus episode telling you my reaction to the trade deadline. Congratulations to the Knicks and the Mavs, the two biggest winners of the trade deadline going at it tonight in New York. I'm going to be really excited to watch that. As for the Bulls, you are an absolute disgrace. You are pathetic, and you are truly embarrassing because we have a front office that only cares about money and not winning games. I'll see you guys next time for another edition of Let 'Em Know Kings United.